Alright, hey guys. My name is Nick. What I'd like to do, since this is technically my first video, is kind of preface what I'd like this video to be about, or this channel rather. So I've been collecting comics since March of this year. So obviously my collection isn't very vast by any means, but it is. I'm relatively proud of what it is so far. What I'd like to do is just kind of catch everyone up on where I am with the collection, but also going into the future. Since I am not a big money spender by any means, what I thought would be cool is if I kind of read some of these story arcs of books that I got and or that I will get, and kind of give you a synopsis in my opinion of it, based on me being very fresh to the game. I've been reading stories for a long time. Well, I say a long time, nowhere near the time of some of my peers, but I've probably been reading graphic novels and such for maybe 10 years or so, which is not long at all. So what I'm going to start with is just kind of show you guys some books that I've picked up this weekend, and I'll start out with this. So obviously the Venom movie came out this weekend, and if you went to an AMC theater this weekend, then you would have gotten this, the Venom movie issue, and I did end up with 2 of those, which I was pretty stoked about. It's a really cool cover. Just a speculation on how in demand those will be in the future. Venom's a very popular character, so there's no telling, and from what it seems like, it's a very short print run. And then also, I went to a Peddler's Mall that is relatively in town, and picked up a Moon Knight 27 from Series 1. It's in decent shape, nothing to write home about. It was $2. But also at that same mall, Peddler's Mall, I did find Sorcerer Supreme 44, which is the first appearance of the Cyttorak. Everybody knows that at this point. I've been looking for that for a steal for a long time. It does have some, looks like writing right over the price. Other than that, it's in pretty good shape. No spine ticks for the most part. A couple here, right here in the center, but yeah, not bad. Yeah, and then from there, I'll just take you guys through some of my collection of where it stands, things that I'm excited to have, things that I'm reading. Like I said, I've only been collecting since March of this year, so there's not a bunch to it at the moment. Something I'm really proud of, although sad enough that I started reading this literally last weekend, and once I got to the end, I realized that I'm missing the last copy, or the last issue rather, and so that is now on my hunt list. Unfortunate, but it is the Daredevil Born Again storyline. So it's 27, or 227, 228, 229, 230, 231, and 232, which is the first appearance of Nuke. But yeah, great read so far. As soon as I finish it, I can go ahead, like I said, with some of those stories that, or with some of those reviews that I've been wanting to do. And so we'll see how that goes. Let's see. I did pick up the True Believers Alias #1. My shop did have a #1 non-True Believers, but got it graded and actually ended up selling it for way more than I wanted to spend on it, but that's also on the want list. Let's see if I have anything else over in my direction at the moment that I'd like to show you guys. For the rest of this, I can kind of take you guys through this box that I have going on right here. Forgive my cat. So I've been reading through the current Amazing Spider-Man. I've really enjoyed that. Otley and Spencer have done a great job, in my opinion. So there's 2, there's 3, 4. That's out of order. Here's 4. That's 5. And I actually have 6 over here. Trying to get my stuff together here. There's 6. I'll actually go ahead and put that in place. Okay, sorry. Spider-Man 801. That was the last Dan Slott. I do have the Del Auto 800. I don't have the Virgin variant, sadly, and I do have a ton of variants. I did pretty much buy every variant that my LCS got. Let's see. Reprint New Mutants 87. Can't afford the first printing. X-Force #1 with the cable card. X-Force #1 reprint. X-Force #2. Second appearance of Deadpool. Just some random stuff, some free comic book day stuff. Venom books. Enemy Within. Get that entire set. You know, nothing special, but just big Venom fan. I actually really thought this Venomized was really good. I bought every variant I possibly could because it was pretty much the first story I started reading when getting into comics. I'm big, like I said, big Venom fan. So, and that artwork is so insane, just beautiful. Some exclusives. But yeah, I've got all those. Let's see. The current Venom series, I actually have been reading, and man, Donny Cates has been killing it. And maybe it's just because and forgive me for my ignorance, but can anyone tell me, or if it's ever happened that someone has stepped into writing books the way that he has, and literally just because of referencing the books that he has, made them go up in the value or in the way that he has? I mean, for instance, even the book I mentioned earlier, the the Doctor Strange Sorcerer Supreme 44, and went from being in dollar bins to being a $25 book, give or take. So I don't know if it's just Cates because he's so good at what he does, or not. But man, it's really good. I was slow on the Cosmic Ghost Rider. So I am missing number 1 rather. But I do have 2 and 3. So interested to start reading that. As soon as I find a number 1, which I can pick up. Current Captain America, I'm reading through. I actually really like it. I don't know if anyone else is reading it, but I kind of like the political stances. It's not too on the nose. It's pretty cool. Like I said, big Venom fan, big Black Suit fan. It's a really sick variant. I'd love to get that entire set, but that'll be a heck of a attempt. Tank Girl, for the free comic book day, I got signed by Brett Parson. Figured why not? He was there. Really nice guy. Some older stuff mixed in. Alias number 2. I have 2. I actually have 3 copies of Lethal Protector. Like I said, I saw the movie last night. I actually really enjoyed it. I do have the entire set. Yeah, I thought they did a great job. Love that cover. All of the Lethal Protector. Web of 20. Just, because. 301. Not quite on the 300 game. A little bit out of the price range, unfortunately, at the moment. Got 400, the gray cover. Would love the white embossed cover, but one day. 375, which I've learned, thanks to Comic Tom, that actually picks up right before Lethal Protector, which is pretty cool. Very underrated story arc, in my opinion, is the Toxin story arc. He's actually a really cool character. Extremely powerful. And just, God, I love these covers. God, and especially that one. I don't have the Venom vs. Carnage set with the first appearance. It's on the to-do list. I do have the other first post over there. Second printing Silver Sable, first appearance. Like I said, big Venom fan, big Black Suit fan, so I'll have like some weird things that, just have them in it. And there's Carnage and Venom and Wild Things #1. This cover's really cool because it's actually embossed. Pretty neat. Amazing Spider-Man 363, 362, those are out of order. That didn't really matter. I do have some separation anxiety. Not me personally, but and I actually did pick that up last weekend. Need #1. This was actually some of the first comics that I bought a while back, getting into it. I thought it was a super cool story, but I was actually misinformed. I thought it was the first appearance of the Offspring symbiotes, which I've then learned it was the Lethal Protector storyline. There's 374. Some random Venom stuff. Spider-Man #13. Some Carnage from 2013, I think. I think so. 2013 or 14, maybe. And I just lost my spot because I'm trying to do this one-handed. Apologize, guys. Okay, so this cover is actually really sweet. I am gonna try and finish that storyline. Random Venom #1, Funeral Pyre. Punisher Warzone. I just really love that cover. I know it's nothing, but this was actually I actually bought this at the same Peddler's Mall that I got. Those other 2 books that I showed you guys. It's an Iron Man 100 Now it's not in the greatest condition. It's got some foxing, and somebody decided to draw facial hair on Iron Man there, but for $2, you know, why not? I picked it up. This was also there. That was a pretty sweet pickup. It's the glow in the dark cover. X-Men number 4. It's the first Omega Red. Silver Surfer number 1 was $1, I believe. The X-Men number 1. This is the fold-out cover. I have all the connecting covers actually sitting at my desk at work, hanging up. West Coast Avengers 45 is first White Vision. Oh gosh, these cats, man. I'm trying to walk on my books, which is my fault for having them on the floor. And I'm sure that's freaking somebody out, but you guys have to forgive me. Die Die Die, number 1. Death of Inhumans, number 1. Immortal Hulk. Got that run up until recent. Still holding on to it. It has been an awesome read. I've really enjoyed it. Ghost Rider number 3. Actually, can throw my number 2 in right there. Get those in order. There you go. And the Thanos storyline that Kate's is doing. So far so good with, one issue in, but I've really enjoyed it. And a couple other things here and there. What I'll do is I'll get up here and I'll take you guys into here. So these are just kind of like books that I have up for display. There's a few things in here. A little display case opens up, which is pretty sweet. Oh, jeez. Alright, so, there's that other Lethal Protector, Amazing Spider-Man 361, this is the first Carnage. My copy does not have the infamous spine roll. And honestly, just looking at the condition, I mean, I've considered getting it graded, but we'll see. Ultimate Spider-Man number 1, that's another set I'd really love to have. Apparently reads really well. I was super into the MTV show when it was out. I do have the entire Infinity Gauntlet story arc. Unfortunately, one of these, oh gosh, about to knock everything over. Jesus. One of my books, yeah, someone drew a giant 9 on Homeboy's coat here, and I told my LCS owner about it. He said he'd upgrade me if he finds another copy, so I'm waiting on that. That'd be cool. Uncanny X-Men 221 is first Havoc. My wife actually got me a good bit of these X-Men books at a yard sale a while back, just on a whim, and I hadn't even really gotten into the comics yet. And so when I started looking at them, I realized I had a lot of the Wolverine versus, I don't remember picking that up, Wolverine versus Sabretooth story, so I was pretty excited. There's that classic X-Men number 1. It's getting some steam for whatever reason I've heard. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I just see it in a lot of people's books. Or videos, not books. Put these back real quick. Let's put that back. little stack of Daredevil, nothing really mentionable in there. Just some older stuff. I'd say older, nothing major. So yeah, Carnage and Venom. I do have the first Eddie Brock, second and third appearance of Carnage. And that's falling through. Jesus. Okay. First Cletus Cassidy. Argued first Cletus Cassidy. I don't know. That whole story arc right there, from 344 to 347. Just in case, someone tries to argue it. Random 350 sitting there. I'm also, and I know this is not the most popular opinion, but I love the Scarlet Spider. So I do have the first appearance of Ben Reilly and the first appearance of Scarlet Spider. I don't know. I love Scarlet Spider. He's my dude. I picked this beat copy of Wolverine #1 from the limited series up from Comic-Con in Charlotte. It was Heroes Con, and it's just one of my favorite covers. And for $10, I probably overpaid, but I love it. And I mean, I'm not gonna get it for less than that. So, first appearance of Rogue, I actually got from my LCS. He sold it to me for $6. It's pretty beat, but can't complain. And then I do have the entire Maximum Carnage story arc. That's essentially it. So what I want to do again is kind of set this up to start talking about these storylines. And what I'd love is if you guys could mention or just comment below and tell me some of the stories that you really enjoyed. Obviously, I'm super into Marvel. I should have said that. I'm pretty strict on Marvel at the moment. I just relate to the characters a whole lot more. That's what I grew up with. The 90s Amazing Spider-Man TV show and the X-Men show as well. I just relate to the characters a whole lot more. I will get into DC at some point, I'm sure. But at the moment, I'm just not. And so, at the moment, strictly DC. What's some stories that I should read? I do seem to like the 80s storylines, like the the Born Again story. I really enjoyed that, and I also really enjoyed Infinity Gauntlet. I mean, duh, but it was really good. So, and what I'll do is for everybody that, I need to bag and board these, good lord. For everybody that comments a storyline, I will, if I can get, if I can get 10 comments, I'll give one of these Venoms away. One of the Venoms from the movie release. I don't know how wanted they are. And maybe it's not even worth putting in, but just give me some stuff to read. Make this channel a little bit more fun. But thanks, guys.